Now, you may have heard the quote, "Only steers and queers come from Texas." And you don't look like a steer. Well, the Republican Party of Texas has just inadvertently called the majority of Texans queer, as in gay. According to a plank in the official party platform, adopted for the recent state convention held in Dallas, the party, quote, believes that homosexuality is, quote, a chosen behavior that is contrary to the fundamental unchanging truths that has been ordained by God in the Bible, recognized by our nation's founders, and shared by the majority of Texans. There it is, man. It's written as verbatim, right here. That is hilarious and awesome. Now, of course, the Republican Party hasn't officially addressed this, but Rudy Oftering, vice president of Metroplex Republicans, which is an LGBT group, told the new civilrightsmovement.com that, quote, "There's a grammatical argument going on." Well, now, those are the best arguments. Quote, "Some are insisting the use of commas in the homosexuality plank in the platform could be interpreted as saying that the founders and the majority of Texans are gay." Now, this comma was in the last sentence, which can be seen to make the chosen behavior one shared by the majority of Texans. Without it, the majority of Texans would share beliefs ordained by God and recognized by our nation's founders. You getting that? The comma was not the only error. Some critics also pointed to the lack of an apostrophe in nations, and others remarked that the has in has been ordained should have in fact been a have. In the plank as published, has applies to chosen behavior rather than fundamental unchanging truths, thus making homosexuality ordained by God, recognized by the founding fathers, and shared by the majority of Texans. Turns out, grammar matters. However, it's Texas. They have some pretty low educational standards. Now, don't get me wrong, there are some super smart people in Texas, but I'm going to guess that not a lot of them identify as Republicans. Now, other than the funny parts, accusing most Texans of being gay, there are also some disastrous parts of this platform as well. In fact, the 2016 version went on to spell out opposition to protections for same-sex Americans that are now enshrined in law, including the right to same-sex marriage. Now, that was ensured in all 50 states after the Supreme Court said, hey, you can't prevent people from getting married just because they're the same sex. You can't do that. Well, Republicans in Texas, they haven't gotten that memo and put it into a plank in their platform. In fact, the 84th plank of the platform read, homosexuality must not be presented as an acceptable alternative lifestyle in public policy, nor should family be redefined to include homosexual couples. Quote, we oppose the granting of special and legal entitlements or creation of special status for homosexual behavior, regardless of state of origin. Hey, what about states' rights? No, we don't care about your state's rights. We only care about our state's rights. We oppose any criminal or civil penalties against those who oppose homosexuality out of faith, conviction, or belief in traditional values. So, yeah, we can discriminate against you because we have a strongly held religious belief that you suck. Sorry, I believe it, so obviously, I should make policy based on my beliefs to screw you over. Because that's what we can do here. The next plank is even worse. It's number 85. Dealt with counseling and therapy. It read, no laws or executive orders shall be imposed to limit or restrict access to sexual orientation change efforts for self-motivated youth and adults. You know what that means? That's gay reparative therapy. The same thing that was shown to not work, and in addition to that, do massive psychological harm. It's not good for mental health, and it doesn't work. Hey, you can't pray away the gay, and you can't fix it. Why? Because it's not a condition where anything is broken. But when you don't believe in freedom, and you think your God is more important than someone else's ability to be happy and live their own lives, you're going to support a massively regressive party platform like this. And that's what's going on right now in Texas. How any same-sex person can justify being a Republican right now is beyond me. They literally hate everything about you, and they want to even change who you are. But this is their platform, man. This is what they believe in. This is what they stand for. Grammar jokes aside, Texas is not a welcoming place for LGBT folks, and neither is the Republican Party as a whole.